Hello, Elly here from Thankful Flow Yoga. Thank you so much for joining me for another YouTube practice. Today we are going to be doing a Vinyasa flow focused around the air element, so connected to our heart chakra, Anahata. So I would suggest that this flow is suitable for someone who has an existing yoga practice. There will be some strong and dynamic transitions throughout, and we'll be getting kind of strong, stretchy, balancing, all those juicy things today in this flow, and we will be connecting to opening through the heart space, having some spinal extension as well, leaving us nicely stretched out, recharged, and hopefully feeling relaxed too at the end of your practice. So I definitely suggest having a couple of blocks or a bolster just for the ending sequence for the practice today. So just grabbing them now and then come down into a comfortable seated position on your mat. And we're going to bring the hands to the heart center. So cross the chest, one hand on top of the other. And start to close down your eyes or just take the gaze out in front. Begin to notice this area where your hands are resting. Notice how the chest moves, perhaps as you breathe. Maybe you can feel your heartbeat. Maybe you can feel some warmth in the chest or your hands. Maybe you can feel some sensations in the hands. And just imagine breathing into this area, breathing into the heart. As you inhale, drawing energy up from the ground into the body, all the way up to your heart center. And then as you exhale, releasing that energy all the way back down the body from the heart, all the way back down to the ground. I want you to start to gently just tap around this chest, this heart area with the fingertips. And this can be a really nice way to just kind of get the energy in this area moving. And again, noticing, how does this area feel? Does it feel soft or hard? And our heart chakra is linked with our love and connection to others, but also ourself. It's the central energy center where the upper and lower chakras meet. So finishing off with your tapping now, just releasing the hands, and we'll start to open the eyes, just coming back into the physical body. Take a couple of shoulder rolls here. Going backwards, then maybe coming forwards. Then we're going to interlace the fingers. Inhale, press the palms of the hands up towards the ceiling, lift up and out from the waist. As you exhale, flip the palms, they're facing in, bring the hands out in front, drop your head round through the spine. On your next inhale, lift the head, bring the arms behind, interlace the fingers, open across the chest. And bring the hands back to center, so that we'll do that twice more. So inhale, palms press up, big stretch. Exhale, palms face in, press out in front, drop the head, rounding. Inhale, lift the head, interlace the hands behind the back, open across the chest. And last one, interlace, inhale, press the fingertips, the palms of the hands upwards. Exhale, palms face in, drop the head round the spine. Inhale, lift the head, interlace the hands behind the back, open across the chest. And release, shake it all off, shake the hands. Again, just letting go of anything that came before this practice. Any energy that needs shifting, anything that's no longer needed. Just releasing that, shaking that off. Making space to invite in that energy that you want to receive. We have to let go, we have to surrender to make space for the new to come in. Well done. So bringing the legs out in front, bending in your right leg, step the right foot to the outside of the left thigh, and then bend that underneath the leg so you're in your Ardha Matsyendrasana. Right hand comes out behind. Inhale, sweep the left fingertips up, lift up and out from the waist. Exhale, twist. Send your gaze over the right shoulder. Connect with your breath here. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, softening the body. Remembering this is still early on in your practice, so either working here or maybe bringing this left hand to the outside of the right foot. Can you find a bit of length through that right leg? Lift the right fingertips away from the mat. Make sure that you're really lifting still here if you're taking this option. Crown of the head reaching up. Breathing. Well done. And release, unraveling back to center. Switching the legs around, so left leg bends in, step it over the right leg, bend that underneath leg as well. Left hand comes out behind. Inhale, reach the right fingertips up, lift and lengthen, grow the spine tall. Exhale, twist to the left. Send your gaze over the left shoulder or in that direction. Don't know about you, but I can feel all the muscles in the back of the body really starting to open, stretch. So just scanning into that area, seeing what you can observe, seeing what you can notice, what is going on for you today, physically, mentally, emotionally. Maybe bringing that right hand to the outside of the left foot, finding some length in that left leg, reaching the left fingertips out behind, really lifting. So keep reaching the crown of the head upwards. Leg doesn't have to be straight. If you're taking this option, you can keep a bend. Stay with your breath. Well done, and release. And then we're going to bring the feet so that they're slightly further than hip width apart. Toes are going to be pointing out. And again, you might want to take a little bit of a rock here and just see if you can come into your Malasana, your yogic squat. If that's not quite working for you, coming into it that way, then that is okay. Just come into it however you need to, taking any blocks or props for support. Breathing here, palms of the hands pressing together, crown of the head's lifting. So really getting into that hip space as well here. Maybe taking a little bit of gentle movement in your Malasana. And then bring your hands down to the mat. Step the feet back, find a downward facing dog. Hips lifting up towards the ceiling. Press the mat away with your hands, gaze comes between the knees. Take a little shake out of your head here, shaking it off. Walk the hands in, coming into a little standing forward fold now. Bend your legs. Really intentionally bend your legs. Imagine drawing your belly towards your thighs so that you're really letting the upper body hang down. And then from here, keeping that heaviness in your upper body, see if you can maybe then start to lengthen the legs a little bit. But if it doesn't feel good to you, then you don't have to. Bring some weight into the balls of the feet and start to take a little bit of movement. Walk your hands back out to your downward facing dog. Inhale, sweep your right leg up, find three-leg dog, open into the hip. Inhale, draw your right knee to your left elbow. Tap the knee to the elbow, pause there. And then step your right foot through between the hands, drop the back knee. So you're in your low lunge. And then we're going to inhale, windmill these arms around so that this right arm is coming, it could come to the right hip or it's going to come to that back leg. Left arm reaches up, heart really lifting. So we're in this revolved reverse low lunge, I believe. There are lots of revolved and reversing going on. Breathing here. Now we're going to bring the arms, so we've got the left arm reaching out in front, right arm's reaching out behind. As you bring your left hand down to the mat, keep that right arm reaching up. Power through the back leg, easy twist. Send your gaze up to the ceiling. Keep breathing here. Left hand comes down to the mat. Step the right foot back. Bring the weight into your right hand. Lift up and out through the shoulder. Left toes come down. Hips and heart lift, wild thing. Breathing here. Keep lifting the hips and the heart up towards the ceiling. And start to release, come back to a plank position, flow through your version of chaturanga. So inhaling through into either an upward facing dog or cobra. And exhale, hips lifting to the sky, finding your downward facing dog. If you need to, taking a moment to reconnect with your breath. Inhale, sweep the left leg up, three-leg dog. With control, draw the left knee to the right elbow. See if you can pause it here. Well done for staying with me. Left foot steps through between the hands, drop the back knee. Take that float with the arms, so left arm's floating up and around. Maybe it comes to the left hip, maybe it comes to that back leg. Right fingertips reaching up, lifting the heart. Breathing here. As you start to float back, right hand comes down to the mat, left fingertips reach up, power through the back leg, easy twist. Gaze comes up to the ceiling. Left hand comes down to the mat, step the left foot back so you're in plank, ground into the left hand, lift up through that left shoulder, pivot, bring the right toes down to the mat, lift the hips and the heart for wild thing. Keep lifting that heart up towards the ceiling. Engaging the glutes, the legs to support your spine. And unraveling, coming back to plank. Flow through your chaturanga, inhaling upward facing dog or cobra. Exhaling back to downward facing dog. Take a moment here to breathe. So now we're going to flow through that sequence again, but adding in a couple of options for those who want it. So inhale, sweep the right leg up to the sky. Three-leg dog. Option this time to bend that right leg. Maybe you can feel an opening into the right hip flexor, the right thigh. Inhale, sweep the right knee through, tap the right knee to the left elbow. And then from here, see if you can lengthen out that right leg, bring the weight into the right hand, lift the left fingertips up, fallen triangle. Breathing here. One of my favourites. Those who have been practicing with me on here for a while know this. Know how much I love this one. Breathing. So then we bring the left hand back down to the mat. Step the right foot through, drop the back knee. Sweep that right arm up and around. Find your evolved reverse lunge. Well done. And then come back so that you've got the left arm reaching forward, right arm reaching back. And then seeing if you can tuck your back toes under, power up through the back leg so you're now in a high lunge. Float the left hand down to the mat, easy twist. From here, option to pivot onto the knife edges of both feet. Find your revolved skandasana. Reaching those right fingertips to the side of the room. Breathing here. Inhale, reach up and around. Right hand comes down to the mat, step it back to plank. Pivot, and we're going to come to a side plank first this time. So right side Vashisthasana. Bend into that left leg. Option to take the peace fingers around the toes, or take any variation that you want to take here. And releasing, bringing the left toes down. Inhale, hips and heart lift for Wild Thing. Floating back to your plank position and flow through your chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra, and exhale back to downward facing dog. Well done. Take a moment here to breathe, to reset. Listening to your body, taking a break, taking what you need from the practice, leaving anything that you don't need. Inhale, sweep the left leg up, find three-leg dog. Option to bend into the left leg this time. Stay strong through the shoulders. Sweep the left knee through to tap the right elbow. Option to lengthen that left leg. Open out, find your fallen triangle. Opening into the hips, opening the heart. Breathing. Start to bring your right hand back down to the mat. Step that left foot through between the hands. Drop the back knee. Sweep the arms up and around until that left arm comes down to the back leg. Right arm reaches up. Finding your breath here. And then coming back to your twist, so right fingertips reaching forward, left reaching back. Can you from here power up through the back leg so that you're in a high lunge? Inhale here, as you exhale, float the right hand down, left arm sweeps up. Now you're in your easy twist. From here, pivot onto the knife edges of the feet. Find your evolved skandasana. Breathing. Inhale, sweep the left arm up and around, step it back so that you're in a plank position. And then we're going to come into a left side side plank, Vashisthasana. Take any variation you want to take here. So you could bend that right leg, you could take the peace fingers to the toes, lengthen through that right leg if that's in your practice. Just breathing here. Starting to release, bring the right fingertips, the right toes down to the mat. Lift the heart, lift the hips for Wild Thing. Just being mindful of this. Start to pivot and come back to plank. Inhale into upward facing dog or cobra. And exhale back to your downward facing dog. Well done. We're going to jump the feet. On your inhale, send the gaze between the hands. Jump or step the feet in. Lift the chest, lengthen the spine. Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the fingertips up. Exhale, hands come through to heart center. Bring your fingertips out in front, come up on the toes. Start to lower down towards your mat with control. So slowly lowering the hips down. Hovering here, bring the hands in to heart center. So hips are just hovering off the mat, palms of the hands come together. Inhale, lift, crown of the head to the ceiling. Exhale, see if you can take a little baby twist to the right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, take a twist to the left. Inhale, back to center. And bring your bottom down to the mat. And this is where we're going to take a bolster, or if you've got blocks, you're going to place one of the blocks underneath the thoracic part of your spine, so you should feel it kind of roughly between the shoulder blades. And then you have one block going lengthways for your head. It's coming into a heart opener now to finish off our practice. So just getting your blocks in position, or you could have a bolster under the spine and the head. And I want you to bring your arms out to the side with the palms facing up. So opening into the heart space. An option to make this into a Supta Baddha Konasana, so bring the soles of the feet together, let the knees come out to the side. Close your eyes or take a steady gaze. Breathe into the heart space. So in this flow today, we've moved freely and fluidly, like the air element, opening our heart, lifting our heart. And when we think about what this air element and what the heart chakra represents, this connection to love, and what does love really mean for you? I read a book recently that talked about love as love being love. I read a book recently that described love as being as love does. So love is as love does. And that really sat with me, and I wanted to share that in this practice today, because if love is as love does, then that means that love is in everything that we are, that we do, or at least it can be. So it's something that we actually have more control over than maybe we might think. Choosing to love every day, choosing to spread love, choosing to love ourselves. So just thinking about what that means for you, whether that resonates. It's okay if it does, it's okay if it doesn't. Noticing any sensations in the hands or the fingers, softening the face, the jaw. And now as we start to get ready to come to the end of this practice. If you want to stay for longer here in a Shavasana, then I really recommend that you do so. Otherwise, you're going to draw the knees in and just gently remove any blocks or bolsters. And then gently hug your knees in towards the chest. And just draw your forehead in towards the knees. So we're taking this rounding. You can take a little bit of gentle movement here if that feels good too. Then releasing from the hug, I want you to roll over to one side of your mat and just pausing here. From the side, gently make your way back up to seated. And we'll bring one hand over the other, placed on the chest, the heart center. And just gently press the hands into this area. And we'll seal the practice by acknowledging our heart center and having compassion for ourselves and others. Releasing the hands when you're ready. Slowly opening the eyes, coming back into the physical body, just taking a steady gaze. Thank you so much for joining me in this practice. I really hope that you found that beneficial and enjoyed it. Do feedback to me on how you got on with it. I always love hearing from you, and thank you so much for all the support on this channel. It really means the world to me. I love sharing these practices on here, and I love seeing your comments, seeing those of you doing these with me. It really is it really is so special to me. And please do subscribe if you haven't already. It's completely free. And yeah, links below to other videos that I've done, other things that I offer if you're interested. And I can't wait to flow with you again very soon. Bye bye.